Back in 2016, we had a presidential election that resulted in Donald Trump for President of the United States. Many of you may not realize Hillary Clinton actually won the popular vote, but because Donald Trump won the Electoral College process, he became President of the United States. From elections like this to one similar to it, the question arises, why do we have the Electoral College? Because most of us are turning 18 soon, we can now vote in the next presidential election, and that means that it is important for us to know how the election process works. Today I will be discussing what the Electoral College is, the history behind it, and the controversy that resides around it. According to the Electoral College Fast Facts, the Electoral College is defined as the formal body that elects the President and Vice President of the United States. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into what the Electoral College actually is. Now each state in the United States has electoral districts, and this is based upon the population of the state and the number of representatives each state has. So for example, Kansas has 6 electoral districts because we have 2 senators and 4 representatives. There are 538 electors in the United States, but to win the presidential election, a candidate only needs 270 to win, which is the majority. Now that we have discussed what the Electoral College is, let's go a little bit into the history of the Electoral College. When the Electoral College first began, electors were actually elected through the Senate and the House of Representatives in each state. They weren't elected through a popular vote. There has also been much controversy ever since the Electoral College first began. But since smaller states wanted as much representation as larger states, they formed the Electoral College as a compromise. The side that agrees with the Electoral College claims that the Electoral College is a very democratic way of electing a president because each state's representative gets to vote for the President of the United States. Now people on the other side that are for the popular vote of the United States say that it is undemocratic, and the most democratic way is voting for a president through each individual person. John Hendrickson, from the Pros and Cons of the Electoral College, states that voter fraud would actually skyrocket if the popular vote would be put into place, because we would not know where the voter fraud was coming from, and so we would have to recount the votes for much of the United States. Some even say that most of the country would be misrepresented because large urban areas with small demographics would have as much influence, if not more, than whole states. Now let's talk about the campaign to nullify the Electoral College. 8 states have already started a campaign to nullify the Electoral College, and what they have done is put laws in place that allow their electorates to vote for whoever won the popular vote in the United States. So for example, Kansas voted for Donald Trump in 2016. Now, if we were one of those 8 states, our electoral votes would actually go to Hillary Clinton. And so you can see why some states might feel misrepresented because their electors aren't voting for who they voted for. As you can see, the Electoral College is a complicated system and it is not perfect. And if we keep it or not, no system is going to be perfect. In conclusion, I have told you the history behind the Electoral College, what the Electoral College is, and the controversies that reside around it. Now I hope that you can go out and vote for the next president with confidence that you know how the Electoral College process works.